Good morning, dear students. I, Professor Basuraj Kochi, welcome you all for today's lecture of Elements of Cost and Market Analysis, Module number 2, Video number 19. In previous class, we saw the various types of demands, that was joint demand, wherein two products they are jointly demanded, for example shoes and socks. Competitive demand, wherein the demand of one product will reduce the demand of other product, that is both the products are competitive. For example, demand for mutton will reduce the demand for chicken. These both are competitive demands. The next, derived and direct demand. Direct demand means the demand for one product directly, and derived demand means the demand derived from the direct demand. For example, house is my direct demand. If I am demanding house, there is an indirect demand for carpenter, painter, plumber, etc. So all these things are derived demands. Then composite demand. Composite demand means wherein one product is demanded and used for various purposes. For example, coal, it is used for transportation, heating, cooking, etc. etc. So these are the types of demand. After that, today we are supposed to see the important concept of demand, that is elasticity of demand. Now here, elasticity means the main elastic itself stays as elastic means which expands if we pull and contrast if we leave. So here similarly the definition of demand, let's begin. We'll see the definition of the elasticity of demand. Elasticity of demand is the responsiveness of the quantity demanded of a commodity to change in one of the variables on which demand depends. Here, how demand is responding, or the responsiveness of demand, or how much demand will change along with the changes in the variables on which demand is dependent. Here, how the demand is responding with the changes in the variables on which demand is depending is calculated. So to see this responsiveness, it is known as elasticity of demand. That is, elasticity of demand means it is the responsiveness of the quantity demanded of a commodity to change in one of the variables on which demand depends. So here the responsiveness or the changes of demand of a commodity by changes in one of the variables on which demand is dependent, it is known as elasticity of demand. In other words, or in simple words, it is the percentage change in quantity demanded divided by the percentage in one of the variable of which demand depends. Here, the variables on which demand depends are, we will see in next slide, but here the responsiveness or the percentage change in quantity demanded along with the changes in the variable on which demand is dependent. So here let us see the various variables on which demand is dependent.